get the show. Well, welcome everybody. Garrett, Andrea, Tony from Thailand, Chitra, Patricia, Mark, Tony from Spain, Rosa, Kai, Anand, Naina. Let me take in Judith also. I don't want to keep her in the waiting room. So yeah, so the suggesting is that there's just simply the directness of whatever seems to be happening. Joining a Zoom meeting, heart beating, brain functioning, trees growing, crickets cricking, frogs frogging, dogs barking, birds chirping. This is it. And there's no one separated doing the sitting. No one separated as a you doing the talking. There's just this talking. We can say there's just wholeness speaking or wholeness laughing or whatever. I mean, it's already just simply what is coming out, as is the liking, as is the standing up and saying, well, Sander, that's just completely bullshit. This is not how that is. This is not. This is completely something else. You're full of shit. That's it already. This is free to claim and to say that this guy on the screen is full of shit. This is free to believe that going to a Tony Parson meeting will make this differently, that this will solve it, that this will make it. And yes, there may be a feeling, there may be a belief, driving home from 5 days with an old guy and bad coffee and sitting in the car, the feeling may come, God damn, this is really much better. Until it doesn't. Until the feeling that, wow, it helped me a lot, Tony Parson, it helped me so much, is just simply gone. The feeling that the belief that it helped me may just simply crumble, or it may just simply shift into a guy knocking at your car door and saying you have to drive. The light is already green in 5 minutes, you idiot. Just drive. I mean, anything can basically happen. This is free to be whatever it seems to be, claimed to be, felt to be. This is free to say, well, meditation, that's the way. Mantras, that's the way. And yes, mantras, puja, it can help. Yes. Feeling this is really helpful, doing yoga or reading or doing certain practices, yes. That's just simply what it is. And this is not about not doing or having no choices. There are many choices. There's just no separated you choosing one or the other. There's just coffee or tea, Sunday or Netflix, work or staying in bed. And there may be a sense, well, I feel that I'm choosing. That's it. This is free to have the feeling that you have a choice. This is free to have the belief that I can take life by the balls and I can make it however I want. This is already freedom. Whatever seems to be happening, as is this. Saying there's just freedom is already just simply this, as is the liking and saying, well, Sander, it's just another belief. Yes. Believing that this is another belief or a landing point or a concept or a construct or a story or a delusion is already this. Here there's no issue. There's no issue with whatever seems to be happening or seems to be believed. This is free to say, I'm coming here, Sander, and this has no reason for me to come here. This is free to join here tonight to get rid of anxiety and not saying that you're anxious. This is free to lie that you are here just for the fun. This is free to tell bullshit. It's all bullshit in a way. It's all words. It's all this. It's all sticks and stones. It's just simply whatever seems to be happening or not, as is this. So welcome everybody. Feel free to jump in and let's see what happens.
Boom, sweetheart. I fucking love your intro. OMG. Yes.
Yeah. What to say? Of course, I can say loving the intro is just this, just what's happening, right, Tony? There's just loving the intro, and this love can just crumble. The love for this so-called meeting, or the love for a certain food, or the love for doing practice, or the need for doing practice may just simply shift into the absence of the need to do something. And this, this can sound as nihilistic, as hopeless. Well, it is hopeless in the sense that it's already just simply what it is, but at the same time, it's hopeful. This is hopeless and hopeful, both and neither, and completely something else.
Let's go into the between of hopeful and hopeless.
Sorry.
Well, I think the in between. If you love the in between, you can go to Emerson. It's a funny guy with glasses. He has a lot of followers, and he can tell you exactly what is between me and know me. Just be honest. You know, no one gives a fuck if this is real or unreal. At the same time, wanting to figure out if this meeting is really happening or not really happening is already this.
I have a question.
Sitra.
I don't watch Emerson, but I know who he is. Does
Right.
can Emerson know what this is more than you know what this is?
Oh, well, I don't know what this is, but I mean,
You don't know what this is?
well, it's just sitting as far as it seems, but that's just only as far as it seems. It's just sitting and answering a question.
So you think Tony Parsons knows what this is?
Nope.
Oh, to be honest, I don't care if he knows, if he claims he knows, or if he don't know. I mean, this is not about knowing or not knowing. At the same time, saying or believing that Tony Parson knows this, or Emerson or Sander is already this. And the idea that there's someone out there who knows this or not is just this already. And that belief that Tony Pay or Emerson knows this may just simply stop. This may shift into, the old guy, 90 years old, he doesn't know shit.
Who?
Well, it doesn't matter who. I mean, the belief that someone knows this, my guru, for example, he knows this, may just simply shift into, I don't think he knows this. He's just full of shit.
So there are people that don't know this.
Well, it's not about knowing and knowing. Yes, there may be bodies saying that they know this, yeah, that they know exactly what's going on, that you have 5 lives, and that you are feeling sad because in 2 lifetimes ago you didn't get a blue bike but a red bike, and this may sound very, very real, and that's it.
So have you read most of Tony Parsons?
No, I never went to Tony Parson or read his books. And I have nothing against Tony Parson. I have nothing against anyone.
What about Jim Newman?
Well, Jim Newman, yeah, what about him?
Have you learned a lot from him?
Well, no, I don't attend any meetings. I never went to Jim Newman or Tony. No. No, I know the only thing what seems to be is that it's a good, well-behaving, nice-dressed man. This Jim character.
You talking about Jim?
Yes.
And
So-
how did the Kriya Yoga go, Sander?
Oh yeah, well, it was, there was many years. There was, waking up 3 o'clock and then doing all types of yogas and mantras and pranayama. Maybe some know what it is, some don't. Until it stopped. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing practices, I mean, I would say try it out.
Why did it stop?
Well, I have no idea. It just stopped. And I mean, there was no interest in trying to figure out why did it stop. It just simply stopped. There was a standing up and then going down to the toilet and sitting there and doing the thing which seems to be done after doing kriyas. And then it was done.
You see, you said that you were free to suffer, but do you think freedom to suffer is freedom?
Oh yes, the idea that you're free to suffer, or the question if it's free to suffer, is freedom already. That's just freedom. This is free to believe, to suggest that suffering is freedom and that everything is freedom. And this is also free to say, well, Sander, you have it wrong. Suffering is no freedom. Suffering is no freedom, and I can show people that. I can help them end the suffering.
Oh, okay, so there is something to do.
Well, there seems to be many things which can be done. There's just simply already no one separated, doing or not doing anything. But yes, drinking a cup of tea there and talking and asking questions can seem to happen. And there may be a sense
Yeah,
that you are doing it.
yeah, it's interesting because there seems to be a very large network of people who are taking this position that what is happening is what is happening. Everything that is happening is just arising spontaneously. And you might say, well, what I'm experiencing is arising to me. But then you also say that what is arising is experienced by no one, which I would have to take issue with. But here's the question, Sander. Here's the question. When I look at the title of your videos in Facebook, you follow the title by hashtag Ramana Maharshi. Huh? You write hashtag Ramana Maharshi. And I don't know whether that's just because you're trying to pull in people who are in that kind of sphere who've been influenced by him, let's say. But, Ramana Maharshi would recognize what you're doing here as step one.
Well, we went into neti also that we know.
No. I don't want to speak about neti anymore. I'm talking about the recognition and the noticing and the acknowledgement that what is happening is just happening. That what you experience is just arising and being replaced, falling and being replaced by something else. So you're continually experiencing changing phenomena. And Ramana, because I mentioned him because you put hashtag Ramana Maharshi, he would recognize this as step one. But then he would say, step two is that having recognized that you are just experiencing ever-changing phenomena, he would then say, well, what you have to do now is ask the question, to whom is this arising? And the answer must be, it can only be, it arises to me, to I, because you exist. And then he would say, in that case, who am I? And then there would be an investigation into the essential nature of what you are. And that would be step 3. But
Well,
you
wait,
guys,
wait.
you
Please,
guys
please,
are stuck on step 1. That's
please,
just the
wait.
point I wanted to make.
Yeah,
You're on
yeah.
step 1.
But claiming here to know what Ramana Maharishi would say exactly and what he would see and how this works, is this already great fun? You know, I mean, there's no issue with claiming that this is step 1 and there is a step 2 and a step 3, and when you follow step 2 and 3, then finally you will be at the spot. You know, it's great. You know, it's great that there's a knowing how Ramana Maharishi would see this. I have no issue with whatever comes up. This is it. This is not about 1, 2, 3, I'm free. There's just simply this. There's no need to become free. At the same time, claiming that there are ways or no ways, or that there's only the highway, or that Tony Pei is the
We
one.
all know. We all know that this is simply this. We all know that, right? But that doesn't get you anywhere.
Well, but this
I
is
mean,
not
but
about getting anywhere, Tony.
Tony, may I interrupt? Tony, did you listen to
hello,
what Sander said?
sweetheart.
Tony, did you hear it? This is
Did I
not
hear what?
about 1, 2, 3, we get free. This was
What is
so
it about?
cool. I love
What
it.
is
I love
well,
it.
really, because everyone talks about freedom. I saw a video from Ginny. Is it Ginny? In the wilderness somewhere. American lady. She's
Yes,
part of your group. There's a
Yeah,
whole
there is a
network of
Ginny.
people here, including what's the other guy? Tim Kliss. He's another one who just stares vacantly into the camera. But she said, this is freedom. This is what is. This is what is happening. This is freedom. So she used the word freedom. 2 weeks ago when I was here, I used the word liberation, and someone said, no, this is not about liberation. But Ginny, she talked about freedom all the time. You see, the point is you have to make a stand. I saw a video from someone you will know called Leela Muse. Yes? You know Leela Muse?
I'm not a
I know, Leela.
Yes, you know Leela. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was immediately struck by the title of a video that she posted, which said "Description of Self-Realization." I thought, oh well, this is interesting. This is very interesting. So I listened to it, and she described self-realization, and it was going really well. It was really going well until she suddenly said, well, you know, I'm self-realized, but, you know, it's still a roller coaster. I get depressed. There's anxiety. I get triggered. Look, I'm sorry, guys, but that's not self-realization. Self-realization is peace and bliss.
well.
You see, you have to take a stand somewhere along the line. You know, you're not going to be able you're not going to be able to keep saying to yourself for the next year, oh, this is what's happening. It's just, that's not sustainable.
May I ask a question?
Tony.
Yes, please do. Hi.
Sorry, I want to
Hi,
say
how do you know that it's peace and bliss?
yes.
How do you know that?
Because I'm self-realized.
Oh, really? Okay, so if an axe murderer comes up and absolutely destroys your partner, child, whatever, are you still going to be peace and bliss?
I'm going to beat the hell out of him.
Oh, okay, that's the same thing then, right?
But does that mean there's still no peace?
There's always peace. The peace doesn't go away, no matter the chaos.
Well,
The
there's
chaos
not
is
peace
just
if you're
the chaos
suffering
is
from
just an illusion.
if
It's an
you're suffering from
interpretation.
if you're suffering from anxiety, and you described some of your background
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, last week also, I
yeah.
saw the video.
Yeah.
Well, if that anxiety is there, then you are not at peace.
That all depends, really. So
On what?
at the point
Yeah.
of it happening, no, you're absolutely right. There was no peace. At the point now, today, if it happens, it's no different to a cramp. It's no different to a stitch. It's no different to a frog in my throat. There I go with the frogs again. I can't get away
So are
from
you
quoting
saying,
frogs.
you're saying that it leaves no impression?
It's just a wave of energy that goes through the body, and it's no longer attached to stories about me. It's just what's happening.
You see,
So-
that's the other thing that Leela said. She said, "Oh, I get all this anxiety and depression." She said, "But I just don't identify with it." Well, that's not it.
Well, Leela's not here, so we can't really
No,
ask her.
okay,
what to
exactly.
okay,
say.
no,
And
okay, that's fine.
often
That's
when
fine.
we write, we're writing from a place of this poetic play. That's all it is. And Leela is absolutely superb with her poetic play.
Well,
So I
I
don't
like
think it's
listening.
like, it's just art.
No,
It's all it is.
well,
Art with words.
I like listening to Leela because she has this really cool Louisiana accent, which is
Yeah,
really, really cool, I
beautiful
thought.
voice.
So
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So claiming,
Anyway, someone else. I've gone on for,
well,
I've made my point, I think.
so claiming that peace is only,
Chitra, aren't you going to jump in? See, she's my kind of,
I
yeah.
found something that I want to read, something that I wrote
Great.
a while
Great.
ago. This is nothing to do with anything created. This can be called the original face or the real I or the supreme self. This is devoid of a world, devoid of a person, place, or thing, devoid of everything and devoid of nothing. This is all alone in the beyond the beyond. This can't be imagined, so don't even try. This is a jata. There never was any creation at all, and that there is only this. There never has even been the appearance of a creation.
Oh,
Well,
Chitra,
great.
you sound like these guys.
What?
You sound like these guys.
Follow that?
well, it sounds like it sounds, and it's
I'm not inviting you
else.
anywhere else again. Okay. I mean, that's it now. I just,
Tony.
yes. Yeah.
It sounds like it sounds, and it smells like it smells. Claiming that enlightenment or self-realization is only and only if this or this and this and that and only then is already just simply this. Claiming to know that self-realization is not a panic attack and that it cannot be, you cannot be realized and having panic attacks. Claiming that Ramana Maharishi was saying this or that is already just simply this. I mean, there's no issue, Tony. This is not about right or wrong. At the same time, thinking that something is right or wrong is already this. Thinking that the guys here, only are stuck in step 1, and that step 2 and 3 has to come before all those characters here on the screen can become enlightened, as Ramana Maharishi, is already this.
But this
Actually, Chitra is correct. Nothing does ever happen. She's
This has nothing
correct.
to do with anything created.
Sorry, Chitra.
So if nothing ever happens, there's no step 1, step 2, step 3.
Yes,
that would imply that something's got to happen.
But the actual truth is that nothing ever happens, but something does happen. You see, both
That's a
are
paradox.
true.
We're playing in
No,
paradoxes.
yes,
then.
it's not a paradox. It's not. Good question. It's not a paradox if you're realized.
If you're realized, there can only be realized. There can't be not realized.
You can't get your head around the fact that there is both impersonal and personal simultaneously without a difference.
Oh no,
Okay.
I can, because part of the story that was my story is I used to write about paradoxes all the time. I absolutely was there once, and I get it. But it's just nonsense play of beliefs and stories and a load of
Exactly. It's all a fucking paradox.
This has nothing to do with anything created. Am I right or wrong?
Sorry, Chitra, come again.
This has nothing to do with anything created. This has nothing to do with anything that appears.
Well, I mean,
There's nothing separated. Whether it appears or doesn't appear or is or isn't, it's just it's just it's this as is.
There's
Nina,
nothing-
can I ask you, in that case, how did you get to this particular point?
Who are you talking to?
Nina.
Nina. Her
Hello.
Nina, no,
Hello.
sorry, Nina,
Nina,
sorry,
Nina, please.
Nina, from what
Hi,
you
Tony.
described, who am I talking to?
You talking to me?
Oh no,
Oh.
but hello anyway. No, I was just talking to, who was I just talking to? I saw the wrong label.
Andrea.
Is it me?
Andrea.
Yeah.
Hello, Andrea.
Hello again.
Yes, Andrea, from what you've just described, how did you, because I mean, it seems to me that you've all been influenced by people like Tony Parsons and Jeff Newman and
I lick
people like that.
toads. I'm a toad licker. That's mine.
Okay. How did you, in that case then, how did you get to this particular point that you're at right now?
Do you really want me to answer that?
Yes.
Licking toads.
Licking
No.
what?
Licking toad. No, look, I'm a bit of a psychedelic fan, so psychedelics were my guru.
Uh-huh.
I cannot explain. As you saw from my video the other week with the wonderful Sandra and Rosa, it's just a really weird story, but the story is neither here nor there. There isn't one thing that got me to a place. The whole thing is just weird, and like I explained, it's no different to a hurricane brewing, blowing through and then fizzling out. Like, I can't pinpoint any particular thing. Did I meditate for years? Yes, I was taught when the hippie guy on the bus, remember the story? Yeah, he taught me meditation. So I was doing that from a young age, but was it the thing that carried me through or showed? No, not at all. Like, everything already is. So it can be the absolute chaos of my ex-husband beating the absolute hell out of me and breaking bones is
Boom.
no different to this. It's the peace. It's still the peace in that violence, in that madness. There is still, and I can see it now. This is what I mean. Like, if we go back and talk about anxiety, I can see clearly now that even within the madness, the intensity, there's still like this ringing peace that just goes through it all. And now I see
Right.
that. How I see it, I don't know. It's there. It always was there. Nothing has changed.
Because there is a bit of an irony here, because very often the conversation shifts to describing everything as a story, right? So they're just stories. But
Yeah.
you have to also consider that to hold this idea in your mind all the time that there is only this is also just another story.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's all a story. There's just stories. It's all stories. Saying it's just this, it's just another story, just another thought, just another belief. This is just seeing how this is just whatever it seems to be. Story. Saying this is a story, right? Saying this is a belief, claiming this is just a belief, it's just another belief. Saying it's all just thought is just another thought.
There is an aspect of this which can be called personality dissociation syndrome.
Oh yeah, it's a sickness. Now we know the guy is sick.
Because when you
Yes,
because when you say
of course.
this is if you say this is happening to no one, you see that really is a delusion.
Of course, it's yes, Tony, please. I was thinking, this character was maybe mentally ill. Yes, maybe. Who knows? Maybe this is a brain disease or something, a sickness. Well, that's it. Thinking this is a sickness and claiming this to be a mental disease, like ADHD or whatever, is this already? Who cares? What's the problem?
Yeah. I wrote about this today.
But Nina, you see, you're sustaining this thought right now in this meeting, which is very supportive. People are saying the same kinds of things. But when then you plunge back into the so-called real world and you've got a bill to pay or somebody's pissing you off or
They're
whatever.
just paying bills and pissing me off. I
But-
can kick
Yes,
your
but
ass
that's
any
when
day.
you're no longer in that frame of mind of saying, oh, yes, it's just this.
No.
everything's all
That
right."
No,
creates
it's
the
not
illusion
about
of that.
staying. It's not about
It's
staying.
everything. That's the thing. It comes back to this as is. There's
Yes.
nothing apart from that, and it doesn't matter if I'm in an absolute rage threatening my neighbor with a sledgehammer. It's still this. That's what the story showed me, that no matter what it was that was happening, how I was feeling, whatever, it doesn't change. It's always this, no matter
Nina,
what.
I agree with you.
I'm
I
Andrea.
also,
Andrea,
sorry,
I have followed lady there.
Andrea, I agree with you. There is
Yeah.
only this, there is all this. I
Yeah.
too recognize that. It's just not exciting for me in the way that is for you, because for me, there's something more wonderful than that.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So
So-
what are you doing here? Go do that. Go there. Follow the highest excitement. You know.
Well, Rosa. So yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Rosa hasn't come up and said like
Tony,
she did 2 weeks
Tony,
ago.
It's
what-
bored
you
of
have-
that.
I
Tony,
sound
Tony.
like a
Bored.
teacher. She said you sound like a teacher.
Tony,
And I
sweetheart,
wanted to say that's just what's happening, right?
Tony,
Yes, sweetheart.
Daniels,
Yes.
listen. I invite you now here to my Saturday brunch meeting. So let's see what's going to happen there. Following your
better time,
highest
Tony.
excitement. This is going to be booming, really, really.
Well, it fits.
There's
It's
brunch?
better. It's a better time because it's 11
AM.
a.m. So it's better. You know, now it's late. I get it. It's a different time zone there in Thailand. No, but I mean, you know, let's get real. No, like,
Oh, real? Oh no, that would be good. Actually, that would be good
well,
if
Tony,
we
I
can
mean,
get real.
let's
Can I
go
say
back-
something quick?
Oh yes,
Yes.
Andrea.
Yeah.
Andrea.
So a moment ago, you said that you believe there's something more, which suggests that you're in like a
No, I
seeking
don't know.
mode.
No, I don't believe it.
Oh, but that's what you said. You said there's
No,
something more, or there's something
Yeah,
greater.
I said there's something
word
more. I didn't
similar.
say I believe there's something more.
Okay.
In the same way
Hang
that
on,
if I
hold on,
put a
hold on,
pin
let
in
me get
your
this
arm,
out.
you're not going to say, I believe there's a pin in my arm. You're going to go, yes,
Hold on,
there's a pin in
Hold
my
on,
arm.
because I will lose it. My brain doesn't cope
Yeah, go
very
on
well.
then. Yeah, well, lay off the psychedelics. Yeah, okay, go on then.
No, the psychedelics help it. So then you also say that you come into a group such as ours and kind of suggest that we're missing something, but when we have great enjoyment of discussing
Yeah,
this.
I can see that. I mean, I've
No,
never, look,
it's
I'll be honest
beautiful.
with you. I've never been in a
No,
cult
slow down,
before.
slow down. But so you're telling us that
Yeah.
we're on step 1 and there's step 2 and step 3 or whatever.
That's what I
Yet
think.
we're
Yeah.
not the one feeling that there's something more to this. We have I want to call it like a satisfaction, but to a point where satisfaction and dissatisfaction have no real meaning. I mean, they can spring up, whatever, but it's no real meaning to it. It's just what is.
Well,
So
what I would
how is
say,
it? How is
well,
it?
yeah, go on. Yes. What I
So
would
how
say
is it
is,
that-
what I would
yeah,
say
sorry.
is, if that's the case, if there's nothing
Yeah.
more that you're looking for, if that's the
Yeah.
case, then it doesn't matter what I say, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
But it's curious. But there's
And
conversation.
which is okay with me. Which is
Beautiful.
okay with me.
So we go back to the intro. This is free to say, to suggest, to believe whatever seems to be believed, seems to be suggested. So saying there is a path and there is a way to become enlightened, to realize, is this already? This is free to claim all that. This is free to say this is it. This is
Is
free
Gareth
to
here?
like
Is
it, to
Gareth here
go
today?
or not.
Is Gareth here today?
Yes, we're going to ask Garrett. Garrett, please, Garrett, how are you doing? Come on. How's the seriousness?
So serious this afternoon.
I wanted to say something to you last week, Gareth, but I wasn't here, but I watched the video.
Oh, I can't remember what we talked about now.
But you were talking about depression.
Oh, was I? Yeah.
And the response you got was, well, if you're depressed, then that's just what's happening.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay, but that is not what I would say. I would say, no, don't accept it. Do something about it. That is also what is happening.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, but you chose to make one particular response was, well, that's just what's happening. You don't have to accept that.
As is saying you don't have to accept it or don't accept it. That's also what seems to be happening, right, Tony? Saying you don't have to accept it.
Because you're both the doer and not the doer.
Oh yes, you are the yes. Well, saying you're the doer, you're not the doer. There is no doer. There's a doer in outer space. God is doing this. No, it's AI. It's an alien group. You're a jar in an alien planet. It's already just simply this. Come on. I mean, it's just whatever seems to be happening and seems to be suggested, and thinking that one suggesting is more truthful than the other, or the other one is less truthful.
I'm accepting what you're saying. I just think that what's going on here is the trap of radical non-duality. That's what it is.
I like it.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Beautiful. So, you want an award?
Just wanted to say that because you know why? Because I've got no control whatsoever about what I say or do.
No, and that's
so it has to be.
You know? Yes, of course. I love every word which is coming out that face. Really. It's just so innocent, Tony. Oh my God. It's just rolling down the tongue so easily. There's no one thinking, oh shit, what am I going to say next? And maybe that will even happen. You know, this is just spontaneously rolling out. There was no tone.
Yeah. There's no big secret about that. Everything is spontaneous. Everything is spontaneous, always.
So we are not far off. I mean, it's all this, you know, it's saying this is freedom or this is not freedom. And I can show you this is loving a guy wearing a diaper or a loincloth or not. It's just simply what seems to be happening. You know, letting the bugs eat the skin and sitting there and lifting the paper and reading a paper while people coming from over the world and asking a question and being so grateful that they finally can see Ramana Maharishi sitting and reading a paper. And the guy was saying, you were pour your fucking heart out. And he would say, what a pity. I mean, it's just simply this already. Whatever seems to be happening, liking Nisargadatta, Ramana Maharishi, using it as a hashtag, making YouTube films, going to meetings, doing yoga, puja, mantras, talking, sitting, sleeping, walking. It's already just simply this. As is the liking, as is the believing this is real or not, or claiming, well, there's nothing happening, Sander. It's all just a joke. That's it. Great. So what's next?
Garrett is next.
What's next?
Garrett, sweetheart, how are you? Tell us. I'm curious.
Yes, I felt pretty good this afternoon. The rain stopped by middle day and the sun came out.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Now the rain is here.
Oh, right.
Which part of Wales are you? Which part of Wales are you from, Gareth?
Well, I originally came from mid Wales, but now I'm just into England now, Herefordshire. Herefordshire,
right.
just an hour from Wales, but
Yeah.
Yes,
you really are very Welsh, that's for sure.
All right.
Yeah, and you know, Garrett, if there is a need, you know, to get rid of a depression, you know, contact Tony, please do it.
Not the wrong one. Contact the right one, Tony Daniel.
I mean, with all respect, you know, anything.
Thank you, Rosa, for that clarification.
Yes.
You're welcome, sweetheart, always.
I don't think anyone took it that Sander meant like, well, that's just what's happening, although that is just what's happening. But in the same way, if Gareth was seeking help, that's what's happening. And it's not a case of just sitting back and, you know, like But even the refusal to do anything is still just what's happening. Like
Try
you
and be
can't,
I tell you what, here's a
you
look, try
can't
and be
get
an
away from
individual,
it.
try and be an individual for a day and see how you get on. I'm sure it'll work out fine.
What are you talking about? Are you talking to me? Try and be an individual. Do you not think that
You're the only one on the
spend
screen right now.
well, I can't see that, can I? But
Oh,
do you
no.
not think being on the receiving end of severe violence for over 20 years did not make me feel like an individual? I know exactly what that might feel like,
Of
and it is
course,
mental
yes.
illness.
Yes, of course, yeah. Yeah, no one would deny that.
So yeah,
So,
pointless question.
yeah. Wait, Nina was writing gaslighting energy, and then she popped out. Anyone wanted to react? Okay, so Mark, how was Tony? Tell us. You know, how was the feeling there? Still contracted there or whatever? You feel better or how was the coffee? You want to share?
Oh, I don't
Or
drink.
is it
I don't drink the coffee. I only got the cookies they have, chocolate cookies.
old cookies?
What?
Were it old cookies or fresh cookies?
No, these were quite good actually. I think they were fresh, some of them even. Yeah.
So you want to share?
Gooey or crumbly?
What?
Is it gooey ones or crumbly ones?
No.
You want to share how it was? I mean,
It was fun, I guess. I met Alexis as well, which you have talked to her as well. I know Alexis Knight. Yeah.
yes, we did a talk with Alexis, me and Rosa, yes.
It was fine, I guess. Yeah.
Great. And now?
Not much different than this, no. Or yeah.
Well, it can be maybe totally different. At the same time, it's already just this. I mean, many things has changed. And nothing has changed. It's already just simply this. But yeah, beautiful meeting Tony P.
He wasn't levitating, which I was disappointed in, but yeah.
Oh, he was not floating, yeah.
So Nina said something right in the chat. This is not an appearance. That's right.
Well, I mean, saying this is an appearance or claiming it isn't is already this. I mean, you can say this is an appearance or this is a dream or it's Maya.
Not an appearance.
Well, great. It is what it seems to be, you know, seeing that or saying that this is an appearance or not, or seeing it as an appearance.
This doesn't do anything. It's not a manifestation. It's not an illusion. It's not an appearance. It's just an energy.
Okay, so it's all energy. Yeah, maybe you have to go to Kenneth Madden. He is also saying that, you know, he knows it. Yeah, this guy, Kenneth Madden, he knows that it's all energy.
Who's saying that?
Well, some guy, some Irish guy, he seems to know that it's all energy.
It doesn't do anything. It's not a doer. It doesn't manifest. It doesn't.
We don't know. We can't
Oh,
say.
I'm always arguing with Chitra about these words. But
This
actually,
doesn't-
Nina, when you say that there's peace just in the background floating, then
That's Andrea,
you wouldn't
Andrea.
say Andrea. So, oh God, sorry, Andrea. When you talk about this peace that's just floating in the background, then you wouldn't say that that's really doing anything, would you? You just say it's there.
I can't. And that in itself is just a translation. So I can't really say too much about any. I don't know what it is. I don't know what this is.
In
But
which
this
background? Where?
Well, words are limited, of course. Words are limited.
Oh, Sander, come on.
Background. Come on, sweetheart. Where?
Yeah. Bad words, bad words, bad words. My
I-
vocabulary
Was
is
it?
crap.
Maybe you heard a motorbike going past.
Yeah,
I-
all right. I'll take those.
Anyway,
words
come
back.
on, Chitra, let's have some words of wisdom. I'm always arguing. Actually, you wouldn't actually. Chitra and I argue with each other constantly.
are you married?
No, we just argue with each other on Facebook a lot.
Oh yeah. It's so beautiful, to argue and to try to make your point, until it stops, until your wife says, "Get off the goddamn phone and make me some dinner." This can just shift into whatever seems to be happening. Arguing. Yeah, I love arguing. There's nothing wrong with arguing. Anyone? Garrett, you want to argue? Go ahead.
Yes.
Got some wisdom of words of wisdom. Got it back to front. I gotta go and pick up the wife now in a minute. But I've enjoyed it all very much tonight. And I hope to see you next time.
Garrett, I was so curious to hear more about your beautiful sunshine day, but it was impossible. Fuck.
Never mind, next time.
Okay.
Food
Yeah.
on disappointment, Rosa.
Yeah,
Garrett, sweetheart,
fuck. Oh.
go
Bye-bye.
get the wife. Drive safe.
Will do. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care.
Okay, back to Dharma combat.
Yeah, this, this is free to fight and to have different opinions and to see it different ways and to not agree and to agree. And, agreeing may just simply shift into not agreeing. Liking may just simply shift in not liking. Loving this may just simply stop. And thinking that there is a me doing this, feeling there's a me doing the liking, doing the loving, doing the hating, may just simply stop. Or not.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah, beautiful. It's just, it's free to be whatever it seems to be, claiming that there is a way, claiming there is no way, claiming I found the way and I really, I managed, I made it, after 25 years doing all the hard work, I made it out. And finally, I can tell you exactly what it is. That's it. And there may be a resonating with that. There may be, well, please tell me, I want to read your books. I'm going to or not. So this is not about right or wrong, The stuff coming out here, so to say, is just what's coming out. And the liking of the stuff coming out is also just what it is. And yeah, that's
Say that this is an appearance, that's wrong.
I don't say it's an appearance, Chitra. So did you hear me say it's an appearance?
You're inferring that's an appearance, that there is an appearance.
No, I
No.
don't think you said that at all.
Did I say that? No.
No.
Okay.
No. If you
This
want
is-
if you want
this-
to hear somebody say it's apparently happening, go to Kenneth Maiden. He's telling that in every sentence.
You agree this is not an appearance?
Well,
Oh, not only him, every non-duality teacher on the planet is saying that.
well, yeah, this is so beautiful. Here there was also, saying apparently in every goddamn sentence until it doesn't, using certain words and certain phrases may just simply stop. Using the word apparently may just simply shift into saying seemingly or as far as it seems or as far as I know or whatever. It looks
Well, it's a completely superfluous word, apparently. It's just a way of trying to explain something that seems to have a kind of paradox to it, in that on the one hand, there is an aspect of you that is unchanging, call it awareness if you want, and then there's an aspect of you that is changing. So when you talk about something happening or perceiving something or experiencing something, apparently you're trying to pretend that well, that it's not really there, because people get hold of this word like illusion. You see, everything's an illusion.
Or, you know, seemingly can also be like it looks like. So it's maybe there or not. It's also pointing to the unknowability of this. What is
Yeah.
happening is, you know, unknowable in the sense that it's just this. You can call this life or energy or awareness. There's just simply no one separated from this life or whatever it seemed to be called, to know if this is or not happening, if this is real or unreal. And, you know, whatever this is, it didn't start for you. There was already no one waiting for this to start. There was no one already getting a body or getting a life. Suddenly, so to say, there was just this. And this will end. And there may be a feeling or a belief that this is my life. This is my body. And this will end for me. And this has started for me, or not. And there may be a belief that, you know, so I have a soul, and this soul is going to God. And if I behave in a certain way, then I will go to heaven. If not, I will go to hell. You know, believing that you can go to hell or to heaven, or that you have 10 lives or 15 lives or 20 lives, is already this. It's already simply what it is. This is free to believe that there's a God, that there's no God, and that there are gurus knowing that there's a God or no God or whatever.
Sweetheart, I just discovered I downloaded the new Zoom. I'm now up to date and playing with the gimmicks the whole time. This is so cool. I just discovered that I don't have a life, but I have a chicken. This is so cool. I love it. Oh, yeah, Dawn, you inspired me, sweetheart. Dawn, what's up there? How are you?
I'm doing real good.
Cool.
Mushrooms?
Oh yeah, mushrooms, lots of mushrooms. Lots of mushrooms. A lot of ketamine too. That's a good one. But all this talk, so I've been listening. It's all talk.
Jibber jabber.
It's not. It's fine. It's just all talk, and
Well, duh.
it has. But it's
Yeah, I'll second that. It's just talk. Yeah, so big deal. Yeah, okay.
It's all talk, but it's also from here. It's like there's an energy behind the talk. I don't mind the talk. The talk is fine. I can handle the talk. What I perceive over here, there's an energy behind the talk, and that's what. And it was really hard to get through that today. It was just like, it's like, what's going on here, or what are we doing here, or what am I doing here? You know.
Well, maybe
it's because you don't want to engage. You see, it's not the problem with the talk. The problem is that you don't want to engage.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
and that's down to you. I mean, I mean, if you don't want to,
well,
you know, I mean, I had the same feeling with Rosa, particularly a couple of weeks ago, where, you know, it's like you're in a bubble. You know, I mean, some of you guys, it's like you're in a bubble and you just want to frolic through the meadow with the daisies. And, you know, it's just anything that penetrates the bubble and exposes you to doing some investigation or ask some questions. Oh, no.
How do you know that we haven't done the investigations and got nowhere already? And
Yeah, I
the
know, I'm not,
bubble that you
yeah.
speak of, is that not the peace and the bliss that you were talking about yourself, your apparent self-realization?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
okay. It's a different,
No,
it's a different
absolutely.
bubble. Okay,
No,
cool.
absolutely not. But no, the fact that you made that point is good, because if you are experiencing unconditional peace, then it is in a way like you're in a sort of cocoon, you know. So it is like a kind of, you could describe it like that. But no, I don't mean that at all. I'm talking about a protective bubble that has a kind of fear about it's using this whole kind of thing about, oh, you know, it's just happening, whether it does this or that, there's no wrong or right. That itself is creating a psychological bubble, a little protective bubble. That's what I'm really talking about.
And
As
And
seen by you,
yeah,
which
huh?
is
as
already.
explained by you, Tony,
Sorry?
this is just how it's seen by you.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
but that's what you always say.
because
You're not
it
It's
taking
so
is.
you're
obvious.
not
It's so
no,
obvious,
listen, you're
right?
not taking responsibility here.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's terrible. Now
Who
that
is
must
meant
sound
to get?
really
Who's
bad.
going to do that?
Yeah,
Oh God, that I know. You see, when I said that, I immediately knew, oh God, no, there you go, piercing the bubble. No, God, no. For heaven's sake, we can't have responsibility in
There's
life.
no
oh
bubble.
We
wait,
can't
oh,
But
we
there
oh
can't
was
have
a
a
bubble with it too. You can't
wait,
get away from it. No matter what happens, no
wait.
matter what is said, it's already
this is
via
so
readiness.
beautiful.
Cla-
This is this
no,
this 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 is so beautiful, this kind of delusion. But okay, yes, carry on.
Hold on, Tony. I have a question. I'm really interested. You've been here a couple of times, or I've seen you here before.
I can't be on the same level as you because I'm not on the mushrooms.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Okay,
problem.
but carry on. Yeah.
Okay. So the question is, why? I'm really interested. You've been here before, so you know how we talk.
Yeah.
And you've done a lot of YouTube stuff and listened to lots of people. So my question really is, why are you here? What is your intention on this call? And I'll tell you my intention after also, or I can tell you first. So I'm just interested in why you are here, knowing what you're going to hear, and why are you here?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. That's a very valid question. Yeah, I just want to have a damn good argument.
Oh, that's crappy. But it is
It's
what
not
it
really.
Okay.
It is what it is. It's what's happening, for fuck's sake.
is. Yeah,
No,
but
I'm trying to save you. Okay, let me give you. Yeah, I'm trying to save you. But
Okay.
that's a better answer, isn't it?
no.
Fair.
Oh, okay. Let's think of another one.
Tony,
That's
there is
good.
a
I've
beautiful
no idea.
Tony,
Look, I
Tony
think we should
Daniel.
let Rosa come in now.
Tony
Rosa,
Daniel,
yes.
sweetheart.
Yes.
I see a beautiful character there, Tony, who loves to be seen by others.
Okay, let's have the analysis then.
And to no, just like how I see it, and who loves to have the attention and to talk about so-called important stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's beautiful. Very beautiful.
Some people like that.
Yeah, I think it's very cool from Sander giving you the space here.
But I can show you people who like that.
Yeah, do you have your own Zooms? Do you get some characters together to have an own Zoom, which are interested in your blah blah? I wondered.
No, I don't. What I do is only one-to-one, a one-to-one teaching.
Because I tried tonight really to follow you when you start to blah blah. I really tried to follow you, impossible.
No, it's called
after the second
Rosa.
word. I just heard a couple of times Rosa, but that was it.
It's called talking, Rosa. It's not called blah blah blah. Blah 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 is your reaction to having your protective bubble burst. Blah blah blah. Don't
Tony,
you
whatever. I just wanted to why you are here. The question of Dawn. Why you're here. I have simply the feeling that you really love to have the attention, to stay in the, yeah, it's beautiful. Just this was just.
But you do, but I can see that in you too, right? So we shouldn't worry about that. But the point is, what I was asked by Mushroom Guy is a really good question. But the point is, some people, they're not here, but some people like what I say. So you have to look at that side of it as well. Oh, look, mushrooms. Yeah. So you have to look at that side as well.
Yeah, Tony,
You might
beautiful.
take this
I simply
view.
don't resonate with your blah blah. This is just
No,
simply what
that's
I wanted
okay.
to
That's
say.
that's
Yeah.
fine. That's absolutely
Yeah.
fine. And I understand why you don't.
No,
Yeah.
you
And I
don't.
understand why you don't.
You don't.
Yes, I
You
do.
don't
cares?
understand. It's all
Yes,
I'm
yes, I
projection.
not
do.
And just
interested in why.
Ah, it's a projection. It's a projection. Well, we're all projecting
Well,
without
that's
and
exception.
just
that's
as
just
you
another
accused,
projecting,
just as you
Tony.
accused Rosa a minute
Right?
ago, oh, here comes the analysis. You then go on to analyze Rosa. Like, there's an agitation here. Let's be like really open, and it's
No, not really.
unnecessary.
No, not really. I think it's important to investigate,
Well,
to
no, it's
actually.
there's an agitation in that some of your comments are projections. Some of your comments are, you know, you
But a
accuse
projection is something that's in
people of
your
you're
mind,
looking
isn't
for an
it?
argument, and that's fine because that's this too, right? But it's just come on, like it's 8 o'clock at
Well.
night.
Actually, you know, if you
I'd
want
like
to
to
look
listen
at,
to
say,
Sander or Rosa.
if you want to look at spirituality, there have been debates throughout history, very, very powerful debates about spirituality, philosophy, between all kinds of people. I mean, the point is, there's nothing wrong with. Look, there
There's
has to be a
nothing
brutal
wrong,
honesty.
but
There
it's
has to
just a
be a
bit
brutal honesty.
boring.
Yeah, but that's just what's happening.
Yeah, it's just what's happening. Yeah, but
As
like
it's
Rosa was
happening, it
saying,
is.
do you have
Or
like
do
a
you want to
group?
be selective about what is happening?
No. It doesn't matter. Like I'm cool, but there is an agitation. It's
No, well,
like
I don't
the
feel
way,
agitated,
like
but
say calling Don the Mushroom Man, and you know, there's a little bit of an insulting
I
kind
only
of
no look. I only
vibe.
said that because I've actually I can't even see his name on there. Don, yes, I forgot his
Well,
name. That's
maybe
the
don't
only
say
reason I said it.
anything. Oh, that's the point. Yeah, that
See,
might
now
do
you're
you well.
judging.
Don't
You
say
see,
anything.
now you're judging
Yeah,
me.
no,
You
now
see,
I'm being an ass. Yeah, that's true, and that's
which is
okay.
okay. Which is okay. I mean, really, it's okay.
So,
You should be absolutely free to say what you
well,
want.
this, you know, as I don't want to go back to the intro again, you know, but just for the sake of going back, this is free to be a total asshole. This is free to find someone a total asshole. Already.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
finding that an asshole comment and liking with that statement or that suggesting or that belief is this. Yes, we all know it's just this. You
Yeah.
know, and yanking each other's tail and, you know, and trusting each other's words is already just simply this.
Don said he was going
This
to
is
say
free
why
to
he was here.
trash and to project. Saying that one or the other is projecting is just another goddamn projection. It's all
Well,
a
whatever.
projection. There's just simply no one doing this as a separated you. And there's a liking of that statement. You can call it a belief. You can shit on it. I don't give a fuck if you like it. This is here, there's just an enjoyment. There's no need to pull anyone to this side. There are no sides. There is no your side and my side. There's just this. This has no sides. This is just simply this.
Well, then that should be
Undivided
absolutely.
business.
Then that should be then whatever is said should be just accepted for what it is. But
Oh yes,
actually,
or not.
Don was going to say why he's here, and I'd really like to. No, he
Okay,
just said
Don.
he's going to say why he's here.
I'm here to get enlightenment.
Ah,
The end.
You have to be by Tony. You have to go to Tony because Tony, with all
Yeah, yeah.
respect, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. So I think, Don, if you really want to get enlightened, you know, here you don't come to me because this I you know, enlightenment, it's all enlightenment. It's already this. You can call this enlightenment or heaven or hell. you know, but Tony maybe, and you know, just go to Tony, make an appointment, and you know, he can
Don,
be
what do you think you need to do to get enlightened?
At the moment, nothing. I don't, there's nothing I need to do to get enlightened. And I don't come, I don't mean I come here to get enlightened. Really, I come here to get enlightened. Okay, it just happens to be this is also happening on the Zoom. So I'm in
I've
You
been
don't
in
do
one-
it.
you know,
don't do any
it-
kind of
but
practice.
here it is. I do lots of practices. I do the same practice you did for 40 years or so. Okay, I did the same practice, and then I still continue to do that
Oh,
practice
okay.
among many practices. But you know, if so, everything said here is okay, and that's good, and I agree. And so, since in the spirit of that, you know, today's call, I'm in great shape at the moment, but I did not like this group. It's just, I mean, everything's in the spirit that everything has to be said here. Sounds cruel, but Tony, I'll go to, if you have a group, I will go to it because I know what you're talking about. I got a good eye. I've been doing the same meditation for 40 years, the same one you're doing. I know what you're talking about. I know your philosophy. I studied with the same guy you studied with. Okay. But I'm suggesting this is just talk. This is just coming out. I don't appreciate that you come to this group to argue. Now, it's okay. It's what's happening, all that stuff, whatever. But I don't come here to argue. I don't think most people come here to argue. I don't know. You'd have to ask everybody, well, what they come here for. And arguing here doesn't seem to further what I'm trying to do. Okay, it just doesn't further at all. It just is sort of disruptive, and that's just what's happening.
So what do you think? What do you think? So what do you think this group is for?
But I don't buy that it's just what's happening. Like that's an answer, or just because it's all happening. I'm seeing it that. What do I want? This is the way I look at this whole non-duality. What do I want? And
Exactly.
I want a group that is interested in I'm calling it seeking the truth or seeking what is, whatever, put it in your own words. And I just find that you aren't anywhere in that alignment. And so this is just
I'm talking about exactly the same thing, but in a different way.
Exactly, fine. But in that different way doesn't serve what I'm here for.
So what is this group for?
You'd have to ask everybody. For me, it's for enlightenment. For Rosa, it's for right on or whatever, as the cookie crumbles, or
just for fun, Don, sweetheart, just for fun. I got what you wanted to say, and feel free just to leave the meeting when it's kind of rubbish. Of course.
Oh yes, you know, it's you know, no one is asked to stay, and you know, being here for because of there's, you know, not wanting to sit with the wife, you know, the kids are nagging, thinking that there's something to get out of this so-called meeting. You know, there can be many so-called reasons to join here, you know. It's all just whatever is happening already, you know, joining to argue with Tony, or to
why are you here,
see
Sander?
Rosa, or to see Andre, or to see Tony.
Yeah, for example, here with me, Don, it's just I love to meet the friends, to share stories. And when Tony Daniels is now the second time here, it's the first time I was quite unpolite, Tony. I totally interrupted you. And today I simply just let it, and I simply noticed that it's for me really boring. But I was playing with the gimmicks here on the Zoom, so it's fine. And yeah, it's just, you know, very, very innocently playing out. I can also go and leave the meeting. It's just, you know, it doesn't matter anyway.
It's all fine. Yeah, it's all fine.
Yeah, it's just what's happening. Yeah. Very simple.
Well,
Very simple.
yeah, as far as it seems, you know, it's ik bedoel, I mean, even lying may happen, that it's all fine may happen, you know. Saying it's just fine and thinking, God damn, this idiot there, I don't like that guy, but I'm not going to say this, is maybe
Oh,
you know.
I was very open to Tony.
Oh,
Again.
I know you're open, sweetheart. So
Yeah. I don't think he is an idiot.
It's
just
something to
simply-
think about, though, isn't it? Because it's something to think about, isn't it? Because you know, if I'm seen as some kind of awkward kind of disrupting influence, but at the same time, everything that's happening in this group is just an acknowledgement of what is happening quite spontaneously. You know, things are appearing and disappearing. We're continually having new experiences. Every moment there's a new thought, there's a new feeling, and there's a kind of synchronization between what you're all saying. But then I come along, the bastard that I am, and I say these kind of awkward things, which is also what is happening. Of course, it's spontaneously happening. I have no control over what I do or say whatsoever, because I know that I'm not the doer. But it's interesting, isn't it? The
Tony,
kind of
Tony,
reaction,
Tony,
it's not synchronized. No,
that's
but
a
it's just
cop-out,
something
yeah.
interesting to look at, don't you think, Rosa?
No,
Your
not
reaction
at
is
all.
something
I
interesting to look
see,
at.
I just see how you make a beautiful bubble now from what is this beautiful explanation for yourself, of course. And here there is really no interest why Tony is here, how he is seeing this meeting and not. It's just quite, I don't know, it's so zero resonance with what is Tony saying. Sorry, sweetheart.
That's
But
what
yeah.
I'm saying, you see. You're being selective about what is happening, you see?
yeah, but
No.
yeah, that's
Full on selective and
it's so
judgmental.
natural,
Of course, what
Tony.
else? Totally natural.
Please.
And what's great, Rosa, is that you're acting like a genuine human being and you're being judgmental. And I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Right, right. You know, being judgmental and being selective, like not wanting to eat shit out of the toilet pot, but wanting to have dinner on the table, which is fresh. You know, the selectiveness is already natural. It's quite natural to select, to judge. You know, this is not about judging or no judging. Finding someone an asshole and a prick may happen. You know, and liking that or having an issue with judgment or not is already just simply, you know, the judging and the claiming is also spontaneously and innocently happening. The saying, I don't like that shit, I'm getting goddamn bored here with all this stuff which is coming out, is innocent and it's spontaneous, as is the liking and the judging back and forth, back and forth. This is free to judge and to claim and to whatever. This is it.
This is it.
I mean, even saying this is it is just this, and thinking that this is a sacred message or a higher truth, or thinking it's completely bullshit, completely utter nonsense. And this is the last time I show up in this goddamn meeting because I don't like it. The energy is not good. I feel not the good vibrations, and I'm never going to join with this meeting anymore. Great. Stay away.
Well, personally, I'm loving it.
Yes, beautiful. I mean, this, yes, great. Here there's just joy. For me, it doesn't matter. You know, it's just the shit which is coming out here. There is less sense, there's as much ownership felt with the words coming out of this face as the turds floating in the toilet bowl after doing shit.
Where's my buddy Chitra? Hasn't she got anything to say?
I'm tired of hearing about shit in toilet bowls, to tell you the truth.
It's such a beauty, you know, to take a shit and to lose yourself in the toilet paper and to think, God damn, life is beautiful. I mean,
I want to say something.
come
All
on,
right.
Sarah.
I've been completely enlightened for 5 decades, close to 5 decades. The reason I'm here is because there's a new movement called this. And I'm trying to understand where all this people come from. You know, what is this? I mean, can you take the word this and substitute it with the expression the supreme self?
Well, there's just the
And
supreme
don't tell
self,
me
sweetheart.
bubble gum.
Just the supreme self. There's just the self. Like Ramana is saying, there's just the self. Follow the goddamn I thought, and you will find it. You know, there's just the self. There's just no separated supreme self doing the supreme selfing. There's only the supreme self.
Right. There are no appearances. There's no creation.
Well, the goddamn appearances again. No one is saying there is an appearance, right?
Well, I don't know. You keep talking about appearances, like
Well,
laughing.
the only one who's talking about appearances
frogging.
is you.
There's no frogs frogging when you're this.
Oh my God.
No, it's only crickets cricketing and birds chirping.
Not when you're this. This has nothing to do with cricketing.
No, of course not. It has only to do with doing sadhana and saying you're enlightened and you should see flowers growing out of your
There
ass
is
and all that.
no,
Hey,
this
come
doesn't
on.
do anything. This doesn't do anything.
It's just whatever seems to be happening, Chitra. Actually, I'm amazed you are here with Tony. I like it.
Happening.
It's not happening, no.
There's nothing happening.
Well, oh, here we go again. So nothing is happening, you know, hitting your fin. Are you going to say that to your child when he's getting trashed down by the neighbor's car? Are you going to say nothing is happening, Chitra? Please tell me.
Yeah, I will. I
Okay.
will.
Well, good. That's it.
I will say there's nothing happening to this.
This is all such silly talk. This stuff, I love it. It's insane. I'm
It's
sitting back
insane,
and go,
right, Don?
my God.
It's total
Insane,
bullshit.
very
Oh my
beautiful, but
gosh.
insane.
You don't
I'm
have
enlightened.
cancer,
No, I'm not
Don.
enlightened. I'm this, I'm that. Oh, whoa,
Yes.
this,
Don,
that. The
Don,
When you
toilet
get
bowl. Whoa.
Don,
when you get enlightened, see what you say.
When I get
well,
enlightened.
When you get enlightened, see what you
Well, you're gonna have to tell me how you did it first. Tell me which technique you used, and I'll use that one.
no, but
Well, I'm not going to tell you how I did it right now. It's not important.
Okay. That's a secret. Okay, I got that. Yeah.
I thought if you're enlightened, you have a tidy house.
What?
no, but
I'm playing. Don't bite me.
Now, see, when Andrea spoke that wisdom right there, what I get was
That's a very good point, Nina.
was that
Very good point.
was that when she said that, beyond the words, there was this something behind the words, an energy that was just, to me, beautiful. Forget the words, just absolutely beautiful. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the beauty before the words, the beauty before the thoughts.
Great, Dawn. Great, Dawn. This is a beautiful thing now to ask Tony Guri,
looking at
Tony
the
sweetheart,
appearance.
Tony Guri. Would you please say something? I would love to hear something from you, sweetheart.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Today, a lot of words. My English is not good enough.
It's great, sweetheart. It's great.
Sometimes I can follow the speech and I get lost. And when this happens, there's the obviousness that nothing is really lost because there's nothing to find. That's okay.
That's wrong.
Yes, and I have had fun. Thank you very much, all of you.
Really, Tony? You enjoyed it?
Yes, really. Being lost, yeah, absolutely. Not following all the words.
But this is funny, you know, because I could have followed this because I simply understand the language.
Yes.
but I couldn't. It simply stopped over and over again, just stopped. It wasn't able to follow. I don't know why. I was playing here with the gimmicks.
Wow, great also.
Also enjoyed it. Yeah, cool. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
So yeah, 1.5 hours later. Still just sitting, as far as it seems.
Huh?
Still just sitting, as far as it seems.
I'm told. Are you making fun of my hearing?
Well, maybe you can turn up the volume on the telephone or the computer, but enlightened people cannot do that because they don't have hands.
Well, no, there's a I am that has hands.
Oh yeah, well, it's all I mean, it's all beingness, you know? It's all beingness. There's just I amness. There's no one besides the I amness. This is just I aming all the way. So, I mean, you know,
So that's what you're talking about all the time. You're talking about I am. You're not talking about the self.
well, no, I'm not interested in the self. Sorry. That's another section. You have to go to Nisargadatta or Ramana. You know, they can tell you about the self. Here is just the message. This is it. And if you don't like it, you're in the wrong section. But actually, you're not in the wrong sections because I see no sections here. I see no division. There's no separation felt. No here and there. Just this.
I'm trying to understand what all these people who are into this think this is.
It's unknowable. We don't know. There's no words. That's it.
Who's talking? What? So, I mean, it comes off to me like you're all materialists.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay,
okay, yeah. So
that's it too.
it's so innocent to think that everyone is a materialist. Yeah, beautiful.
Not
Yeah.
everyone.
Well,
Just-
no, but the guys here, the people here, yes, it seems how it seems. Yes, claiming that the people here are materialist is this. Yes, I don't argue. It's just what it is.
Well, you know what? As my mother used to say, you're as daft as a brush.
Sorry, Tony, can you give a little bit explanation because I never heard
As,
this term.
as my mother used to say,
It's a northern.
you're as daft as a brush.
Where are you from?
Actually, originally from Scotland, but of course I don't sound like it.
Ah,
Where was you living?
But mostly in London. Yeah.
But your mother is it sounds a bit like a Yorkshire accent or something.
Yeah, that's
What
a
was
very
your
good
mum?
point, actually, because she had a Scottish accent. So
she said it with
a.
Oh, sorry.
She said it with a Scottish. That is funny. She said it with a Scottish accent, but when I said it, it sounded more appropriate in a northern accent. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
Anyway.
Hey, Patricia, this beautiful lady there sitting half in the dark, she's Scottish. So maybe you can do some Scottishing there. Some Scottish, you know, exceed some Scottish.
Is she from Scotland?
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, whereabouts?
Edinburgh.
Oh, I see. Well, I hail from Montrose.
Oh, right. Very nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm still in Scotland. I haven't left it, so.
It's a lot warmer where I am.
Yes, I've no doubt.
So,
Yeah.
Patricia,
What's that?
Tell me what's up there. What's coming up there? You know?
I'm going to go and eat mushrooms.
Go, girl.
Yep. I'm going to join Dawn. So Dawn and I are going to go and eat mushrooms. That's it.
That's great. Let's do a Zoom call and we can do them together. On Zoom.
Oh my God. This is what I've resorted to. Magic mushrooms.
Why not?
What was that?
Oh, I just said, why not?
Yeah, exactly. I'll go on the hunt tomorrow and see if I can find any.
Oh no! Oh yeah. No, we're mushroom season. Well, you have to get them before the first frost.
When is that?
You have to get them before the first frost.
Yeah, when is the first crop?
Frost.
Oh,
Freeze frost. Yeah.
Right.
Can you send me some haggis?
Essentially, they're still running about after seats. Did you not get that one?
What? Say that again. Say that again.
The haggis is a story of haggis that run round Arthur's seat.
Oh.
It's just an old wives' tale because people don't know what haggis is, so they made it out that it was like an animal that ran round.
Yeah, right.
But of course, it's not. It's all the guts of an animal.
Yeah, sheep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sweetheart, before we go into dishes which can be loved, but it sounds terrible, like to eat the intestines of a sheep.
It's gross.
So before we go into all types of food, I'm going to end this meeting, and oh, there's still people in the waiting room. So I really, you know, what a night, right? It felt like a goddamn marathon. You never know what is going to happen. It's quite obvious, you know. It's such a beauty, right? I mean, who could have think that this was going to happen? You know, full on arguing and all types of emotions floating around and needs and beliefs and all stuff like that. Well, yeah, who knows what's next? So I would like to thank everybody, really, you know, for
Thank you,
joining
sweetheart,
and
for doing this.
You know, Tony, Rosa, Andrea, such a pleasure to see you. Patricia, Tony, Anand, Judith, Don. Really, it's thank you for all the sharings and the openness and whatever was coming up. The likes, the dislikes, the screaming, the trying to get something to say, the listening, the not listening. Beautiful, yes.
Sweetheart, how many people are still in the waiting room?
Well, there's one. Kai, he seems to be there in 2 times.
Okay, because maybe he dropped it. Okay, yeah, he tried again.
And,
is there a limit to the number of people you can let in?
Only 1,000.
No,
well, you haven't got 1,000 in the waiting room, have you?
No, when you pay to the Zoom account, you can have a free account. I don't know.
Okay, well, Sander, if you've got 1,000 in the waiting room, I'd like to talk to all of them now, if you don't mind.
Oh yes, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, this can, you know, sometimes this can come across as being a nasty motherfucker and not listening and stuff like that. So that's just simply it's all love, you know. I mean, there's really appreciation for showing here and sitting here and talking, you know, even when there's no one doing this. It doesn't really matter if there's a me or no me, if there's separation or not.
Thank you very much, Sander.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Beautiful night. Thank you all very much. Take care. Be safe.
Thank you very much.
Sleep well.
Bye-bye.
Late already there, Tony. Go to bed. Take care.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Cheers, Sander.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.